Your cost per lead looks great, but your cost per enrollment will actually make you and your bank account sick. See, what actually happens is there's a difference between leads, so conversions in Google Ads and Meta Ads, which is basically a form fill, or a phone call versus an actual initial authorization and a kit in service. You get paid when someone comes into service, not when someone picks up the phone on Google, right? That's two different numbers. And so let's say, you run Google Ads, a lead comes in at $75 per lead, the team celebrates, everyone's like, oh my gosh, the agency claps themselves on the back, says we're killing it. Right, at the end of the day, you might be failing miserably depending on your conversion rate. If you only convert 5% of those leads, your cost per actual converted lead is $1,500. Now, don't shoot me, that actually could be a decent cost per converted rate depending on a host of factors. But in general, right, if your conversion dips below that 5%, you're toast. And it's not sustainable and you have to figure it out. So how do you actually ensure that you lower that cost per enrolled kid? The answer is you actually have to measure it first and see what you're getting. And then you have to basically map that back to what it is that you're willing to pay. How do you figure out what does that mean? Like, what should you be willing to pay? Again, it depends on your risk tolerance, but you have to look at the gross profit you make per kid and multiply that by how long you think on average a kid will stay in your practice. If you're a new company, you could assume 6 months to a year, maybe longer, but typically you want to be a little more conservative in the beginning. Then once you figure that out, let's say you make $1,000 of profit per kid, right? You multiply that out, you say, okay, we're going to probably make $12K a month of net profit, or you can look at the net profit too, but let's say it's net profit around that, right? Fine. From there, you can say, okay, now how many months am I willing to pay to get that kid in the door? Am I willing to spend 1 month of profit, 2 months of profit, right? And again, so many things could influence it, like payer mix, state, competition. Some states you might have to spend way more to get a kid in the door, but hey, those states have better reimbursement rates. Like North Carolina has a better reimbursement rate than New York, Medicaid, right? So it all depends on those factors, but the most important thing is you have to know those numbers. How do you know those numbers? Hook everything up to a HIPAA-compliant CRM, make sure it's all connected. Very straightforward. We can give you instructions on how to do this. DM me. We'll send you a free guide on how to do this. Very straightforward, or we can implement it for you. But anyway, stay tracking, my friends. Okay.